There's 1,000,001 mosquitoes, love that for us. I'm just trying to catch my breath. We are here for day 1 of week 4. I don't know the intervals, so don't ask me because I think it's starting to get a bit complicated with a whole range of intervals. So we'll put it up on the screen. We're currently fighting for our life. There's so many mosquitoes. We sprayed the absolute shiza out of ourselves back at the car, but they're still like flying around, hovering. So hopefully once we start running, they won't be able to catch us. But yeah, felt very unmotivated today, but we just got to get it done, otherwise it's just, we're not about that fit girl life, so let's just smash it. If you're new here, I'm Lani, and I'm back to square one with my running journey. I finished my first half marathon, but couldn't run it non-stop like I had hoped. Life happened, motivation came and went, and well, here we are. So if you're ready for the honest ups and downs of starting over, be sure to follow along. So this week wasn't as consistent as we would have liked. It was pretty much raining and storming on all the days that we had to run. And when it did eventually stop raining, we pretty much rushed out to just try and get it done. So week 4 was definitely a step up from the week 3 of the program, even though 3 and 5 minutes doesn't seem like a long time to be running, especially to experienced runners. But to me, I definitely noticed the difference. Just quickly, I know we said in the last video that we would film the next ones going forward a little bit different, but we did a test run with some old footage and Michael's laptop just crashed, like it was running so slow. So yeah, if you're an editor, he said you'll understand the struggles of trying to meet a deadline when just things aren't working. I started to find that my breathing became a lot more noticeable because I was breathing heavier. And I think that's obviously because we're running for longer time frames now, so my endurance is being tested a lot more. During the 5-minute jog, it was really starting to hurt, and because the weather was like humid and muggy, it just made me not want to continue the run. But also we didn't want to stop because we probably would have been eaten alive by mosquitoes. Like there was an insane amount of mosquitoes out in force. Itchy thinking about it actually. Ooh. And just when I thought the mosquitoes were bad, the plovers tried to swoop us. Now, if you don't know what plovers are, I spoke about them in our last video, so if you haven't seen that, definitely go check that out after this. Oh no. No, we're not gonna hurt you, bro. For real. Can you keep an eye? Watch our back.
Yeah.
I just pulled something in my fucking neck. We just full got swooped. Oh, my last flash before my eyes. We're not going that way. Those plovers. Oh, I actually pulled something in my neck because I went to slap a mosquito that got me and then I ran as well. I was like, that's so annoying. My neck's gonna real hurt later. I honestly hate those birds. They're such pests. Michael tried to like staunch up and scare it away and not back down, but it called his bluff and it just came straight for us. So as you guys have witnessed so far, this day was not a good running day for me, and after this whole ordeal, I was just starting to get very exhausted. There were definitely multiple factors that came into play, but I was just ready to call it quits and walk the rest of the way back to the car. Okay, so that was the last 5-minute run. We're into the 5-minute warm down walk, thank goodness. I was actually struggling. Towards the end, I started to feel really nauseous. Like I get to a point where I think my face just overheats and I just feel really nauseous, but I held out. We finished it. Now we can do a 5-minute walk. But yeah, way hot, way overheated, feel nauseous, so. But I'm glad I got it done. My neck is gonna be so sore. I can already feel it from when I pulled it earlier. But yeah, that's day 1 of week 4 done. So technically one more run, we're technically halfway. Yeah. Day 1 was completed and I was honestly relieved because I just felt like it was one of those bad running days. Like I didn't feel amazing about it. You guys may have also noticed that we missed a Couch to 5K upload last week, and that has just honestly been because of the hectic rain and storms we've had recently. So that set us back, unfortunately. So obviously it was no condition for running in because we did not want to get electrocuted. Yeah, and we don't own a treadmill, so we just had to wait for the storms to die down. But that's okay because we're all about realism on this channel, and we all know that sometimes life sets us back, and that is okay. And one of you guys even commented on one of our recent videos that where you are, it's really icy and snowing outside, so you're running inside on a treadmill. It was really nice reading that because it made me feel better about having weather affect my training. Okay, good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's week 4, day 2. There's 1,000,001 mosquitoes, love that for us. We've sprayed a little bit of mosquito spray, but for some reason they're just still out in force. I don't know why. They're actually the biggest pests in the whole wide world. You can probably see them landing on me like no tomorrow. Can't remember the intervals, but I know these ones are a lot longer, so we would have put it up on the screen for day 1 anyway. But it's getting later in the day. It's almost 9:30, so we're just gonna try and smash this out before it gets hot and before we turn into one big massive mosquito. Let's get it. Day 2 honestly didn't feel much better. We saw that the sun was out and it stopped drizzling, so we quickly rushed out to get a run in. And yep, as we thought, it was humid, muggy, and just infested with mosquitoes. I suppose that's the good thing about week 4 is that it kind of feels like it's going quicker because there are less runs. But then in saying that, the runs that you do are for longer. Do. That sounded funny. Anyway. Creed started to get tired and she's a pretty fit dog. It's definitely the temperature and humidity that's gotten to her because she was pretty exhausted by the end of it. We're definitely very mindful when we take her for runs because she's very fit, but we also don't want to exhaust her, and she loves keeping up with us, and we don't want to ever make her feel like she has to keep up with us when she's absolutely exhausted, especially with the weather at the moment. So Michael and I both agreed that when we start week 5 of the program, we're not going to bring her along anymore and we're just going to walk her separately. That way she gets her exercise in and we can still train at our own pace. But when we knew Creed was too exhausted, Michael took the lead and walked her behind me while I ran ahead, unfortunately, and finished the end of the run. I was just as wrecked as Creed was, if not more, and when the final bell went to the last walk, I was so wrecked I didn't even want to turn around to walk back to them. I was just like, yep, right, I see you at the car. Yeah, I was just the heat and everything just takes it to a whole nother level. If only Michael could have carried me like he carried Creed. Okay, so we just finished day 2 of week 4. Oh, Creed's just going to the toilet. It's really, really hot. Michael, halfway through when Creed was tired, took her and walked her the rest of the way so that I could finish the run. I stopped when there was probably 20 seconds left of that last 5-minute run because I was just dying. I was dying so bad, but I'm glad that that's done. We just have one more run and then technically we're past the halfway point of the program. On to week 5. Yeah, day 2 was rough. I'm not sure you would have seen as well. There was a tree that was blown down by one of the storms on the path, so we had to detour around that. But yeah, we struggled with this one and we just wanted to get back home. We gave Creed a nice cold drink as we usually do, and when we brought her home, we gave her some ice cubes to lick. She's such a cutie. We are here for day 3 of week 4, so the last run for day 4, and we've got to be super quick on this one because we actually have an appointment to get to, so we're going to quickly smash it out of the way because otherwise it would be night time by the time we have to run, and that's a no-no. Yeah, keen to get it done, feeling fab. I got Christmas nails done, so feeling bad and bougie and ready to be in my fit girl era, so let's go. And again, it was raining since our last run, so pretty much as soon as there was a break in the weather, we just got out there to get it done. And as we said, we had an appointment to get to, so we sort of just had to wing it and quickly smash this out. Otherwise, if we left it till after the appointment, it would have been dark and it just wouldn't have got done. Luckily, it wasn't as hot this day. It was quite overcast, cooler than normal, so we brought Creed along for this one. And I feel like I felt better this run definitely than the past or the other runs. Mentally, I felt better going into the run. Like, I wasn't really negative, like, oh, let's just get it done. Like, I was kind of pumped, motivated to finish the last run of the week. I'm wrecked. Running really fast because Creed likes to run fast, but I got sweat dripping into my eye. It's just a walk now, so I'm just trying to catch my breath. But yeah, don't get me wrong, this week was definitely challenging and week 4 has been testing my endurance. But yeah, week 4 is definitely a step up from week 1 of the program. But I just kept thinking, after I get this run done, I'm past halfway in the program, which is great. And it also motivated me that we couldn't be late to the appointment that we had scheduled, but we made it there on time, which is good. We just entered into the 5-minute warm down. I am pooped. This is definitely challenging. Like, I remember the first week, I was like, oh, easy peasy. But the runs are getting to a point where I'm actually battling mentally, like it's about willpower. And so I need to increase my endurance and willpower and think positive thoughts. Positive thoughts. Anyway, we're just gonna walk back to the car because we're on a time crunch, but that's week 4 done. We've officially passed the halfway period and we're on to week 5. And also, just for reference, week 4's runs were a lot more spaced out because it's actually been raining heaps in Darwin at the moment and just storming, and so there are a lot of days where we had to push back our run, which is kind of inconvenient because then it prolongs when you actually have to do the run. But yeah, I don't even know what I'm saying. I got sweat dripping into my eyes and yeah. So week 4 was definitely a challenge. The longer runs really got my heart rate up, and there were a few things I noticed this week. My breathing was getting more difficult. I found my muscles were more sore the following day after the run, and I felt like after those long stints of running after the break, it felt sort of harder to get momentum to start back running again, if that makes sense. But I'm really happy that week 4 is completed, even though we technically had a week off because the rain threw us off. But hey, it's about getting the runs in and just doing it. Some things are going to be out of your control and it's okay. It's just all about the small improvements. If you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe so you can follow along on this journey with me. I really appreciate everyone's support and I love this small community that we're slowly building. If you guys want to see more of me and us, you can also check out our TikTok and my Instagram. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.